Peter and Paul sat on a wall.
Again.
Again. Oh, now, Paul, when did you discover this product?
Well, I've used it for 3 years.
For 3 years?
It's been in my kit for 3 years,
okay.
Yeah. And I was saying this morning, I have used it on 2 Hollywood actresses that I've done their makeup. One of them from an amazing... it was a comedy show on telly for women.
Right.
And when they did the film...
Right.
From that comedy series.
Yes. Comedy and fashion series.
Based in New York City.
Oh, I think it might have been a bit sexy and a bit city-ish.
I think it was. And I used it on one of the fabulous actresses from there, because I worked with her on BAFTAs, the
wow.
Nelson Mandela's party and all sorts.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible, yeah. And she fell in love with the product, and I know she bought it.
Amazing. Now, the item code is 152412. Right, the big thing that I've got to go over to you is, right, we're so used to serums being 30 mils here on these channels.
Yes.
So you might look at that and think, oh, 15 mils, that's going to last me 5 minutes. Now, this is not just any serum, and it's basically, which is very unusual in beauty, the less you use, the better the effect.
That's right, yeah.
Now, what I'm going to say to you is, direct from the suppliers themselves have said to us that you can get up to 400 applications out of this one bottle. But let's err on the side of caution here, and let's say that you only, and I say that very, very wisely, only get 100. What are you paying per treatment? At £30 divided by 100, you're paying pence. Now, this is something that I saw. So, Paul, I know you've had this for years, but I saw this at a big show. I think it was like the big Olympia beauty show or something in London.
Yeah. I
was wandering around and I saw this woman and I thought, oh, poor girl. Do you know what I mean? Because half of her face was up and half of her face was down. And I thought, oh dear, she's not the best advert for whatever it is. And then I realised that one side of her face had been lifted. It was the most extraordinary. And I stood there open-mouthed, thinking, oh, yeah, there's a trick here. You know what I mean? You've seen it and you've heard it all before.
Yeah.
And then I applied it to myself and suddenly I was like, oh, about half of me's 18.
I've never seen a product work so quick and so effectively and look that good.
Well, it's instant, isn't it?
It's instant.
It really is instant. Now, this doesn't have long-lasting benefits. This is a cosmetic, and it is a cosmetic lift, but it will... The thing is, as well, that the price that this is, you could afford to use this every day.
Every single day, yeah. If that's your concern, and you find it almost debilitating to, you know, that you have bags, you have lines, you have fine lines around the eyes, you have deep set lines, because this isn't just for little tiny lines. This is to lift the whole thing and the brow bone. If you find that, then happily use it every day. It's safe enough to use every day.
That's it. Yeah, so it's gonna
or, alternatively, use it for special occasion. I mean, however you feel comfortable using it.
I love the idea of using this maybe at the end of a week, because it's weird. We go out on a Friday. And that's actually when we've been working for 5 days, and it's when you look your most tired.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
This is absolutely
that's our out night, yeah.
So let's talk about the product itself, Paul. So
yes.
It comes in a beautiful box, lovely gift idea for someone, and fabulously opulent packaging.
Absolutely. I mean, it is one of the most incredible products. I also, a story like yours about seeing it at a fair where they were demonstrating it, and I saw a woman actually brought to tears that she'd been looking for products for over 20 years, she said. It was hereditary with her. Her eyes were extremely dark and extremely lined and very heavy and puffy. She'd been looking for products for years, and she actually said to the woman that was demonstrating it, and I watched it being done, she said that she'd spent up to 3 figures on different serums and things for around her eyes, and nothing had worked. And when she saw this, it literally made her cry, because she felt so unbelievable. So, basically, it's got a lot of ingredients here, but one of them being silica, which is like a second skin.
Right, OK.
So when it goes on, it creates this second skin that, like, over the space of a few seconds, starts to dry.
OK. So
as it dries, it actually contracts and pulls very, very gently the skin underneath it. So it basically stretches that skin out, so that skin has no longer got the looseness to it. So it's no longer baggy, it's no longer lined, it's no longer furrowed around here, and there's no loose skin because it makes it tighter to the point of years off the skin.
It's like an eye lift.
It is.
It's a temporary eye lift, isn't it?
Do you know what, though? It's like an eye lift, but without taking skin away. And I find eye lifts, when they take skin away sometimes, it can make the eye look so tight unnaturally that you know somebody's had something done. And the beauty of this is you get the great benefits from the eye lift, but you still have the same amount of skin there. It's just now tight.
Oh, I love that. So basically, you have your youth restored. It's like
Absolutely.
a time machine.
I mean, youth restoring is the best way to put this because it's a cosmetic product. We're not making any claims about, you know, that you're gonna put it on once and it's long term and it's gonna stay like that. When you take this off, you go back to the looser skin around the eye. However, if you want to then put that on again, you put it on again and you have that instant lift. And you can put makeup on top of it if you want to, but I find that when you use this, you need less makeup because it actually brightens.
You're not concealing anything, are you?
Exactly.
You don't need to conceal.
It brightens as well as tightens.
Now, we're going to do it on two fabulously glamorous ladies, and we're going to do it live on me as well. It's $29.99. How do you buy? 0911 690 1000. There are now 3 ways to order. For the no callback, press 1. Press 2 to speak to a sales assistant. Press 2 to speak to a sales assistant. Or visit www.bid.tv. Now, when I say this is only $29.99, I'm going to say to you, I think that is a ridiculously small amount for what this actually does achieve.
Yes.
You could get up to 400 uses out of this. But even say, for example, you know, even if you get just 100, that's 25 pence for the look. 35 pence, rather. 35 pence for the look of your eye having been lifted.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Now, Paul, there's something very important that you need to do before you use this, isn't there?
So a little tip for you as well is if you've had this product and you don't use it regularly every single day, sometimes when you pull the spatula out, it can crystallise a little bit.
Okay.
Now, that is not your product finished. It's not your product gone off. What it is, it's just the ingredients that are in it. So if that happens, if you actually stand this in a cup of warm water...
Okay.
Warm to hot water, it melts it all back to a liquid again. You have your brand new product.
Oh, brilliant.
So this is never going to stop working, OK? Yeah. OK, so what you do is when you take off the lid, you literally...
Give it a good old swish around.
Give it a good old stir, like this. So you activate the product. You actually stir it round so it gets rid of any little...
nice and gently.
Yeah,
You're not whipping it into a frenzy.
No. And there's no sort of... It's not like mixing ingredients together. It's basically just mixing your product so it makes it really lovely and creamy again.
Now, we're going to get a before grab of our fabulously glamorous lady here. So she's look into that camera. And what you can see there is a beautiful, beautiful face, but a face that hasn't been distorted by surgery. And obviously, women, you know, no matter how old we are, and men want to look fabulous.
Of course
but we
do.
don't necessarily have the money or the desire to go under the knife.
Do you know, that thing about going under the knife is, like I was saying this morning, is that going under the knife is cosmetic surgery.
Yes.
People think far too much about the first word, cosmetic, and they don't think enough about the second word. And actually, none of us really would choose to go into hospital and have an operation.
Do you know what happened to me last year, Paul? I was offered a place on a cosmetic surgery programme. It was very popular. And I was offered the chance to get my nose straightened and everything, because I've got a really wonky face. And my best friend of all time, who's been friends with since I was born, he's quite high up in medicine, up in Liverpool. He's like one of the top nurses. He said to me, "Are you mad?" He went, "Are you mad having a general anaesthetic when you don't need one?"
Crazy.
And he was like...
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah, silly. So this is brilliant. So show how easy this is, and this is how easy it is. By the way, I'm not being funny, but you don't need a Paul Harrington to do this.
No.
We're going to show you this working. Now, you've seen our lovely model, you've seen the shot that we took then, and Paul is now going to apply the product and show how easy it is to do.
Yeah.
OK.
So we're going to take out now the product like this.
So the before's on the left. The before's the left.
And all I'm going to do is take a little bit of the product onto my finger, and I'm talking the minutest amount.
Tiny.
Yeah. You really don't need a lot of this product at all. We always go from... The first application is from the corner here all the way up to here, OK? So we're going to sweep it underneath here, like this. So I take my finger into there with the product on, and I give it a little smooth like that, pull it up to the eye, and then hold it just for a few seconds, and then release it. Now, the one thing that you don't want to do while this is drying down, you want to look literally straight ahead. Don't contort the face and don't screw the eyes up too much.
Okay.
Because you want it to dry in the most
set
lifted.
in the most wonderful position.
Absolutely. But what I'm going to do as well is, while that's drying down, you then take the product again, tiny little bit of the product, and...
Oh, I can see the difference already, Paul.
And the important bit as well, that a lot of people forget, is you see this bit here, yeah? What I want to do is just use a little bit underneath that area there to get, and I'm going to hold...
This is almost like a brow lift, then.
I'm going to hold the eye up a little bit like this.
OK.
Just for a few seconds.
Now, we haven't cut away. We haven't changed the lighting. This is shopper bid, the usual thing. We're showing you this live. There's no trickery going on here. It's incredibly comfortable. And what you are now going to see is the most remarkable, much more open eye. The eyelid has lost the crepiness already. The difference already is exceptional, Paul. Look at that difference. Look at the left. Now, if we look above the eye, look above the eye, look above the wonderful sweep of eyeliner there, and look at the crepiness of the skin on the left.
It's incredible, isn't it?
The difference is, you know what the difference is? A good decade. It's a good 15 years.
Easily.
I mean, this is the thing as well. So on the left is the before, on the right is the live afterwards. Look at the difference in the skin. Look at the brightness. Look at the... I mean, it's just... The wrinkles have gone. I'm not saying the wrinkles have been diminished. They've gone. They've gone for up to 10 hours, Paul.
But do you know what, as well, is it's the fact of the brightening effect, though, as well. I might have just missed a little bit there, actually. It's 'cause I'm
and, of course, if you miss a little bit, it's fine. You can just go back.
Absolutely. It's because it's the other side. How does that look?
Oh, my goodness. And then, what could we do? So, for example, there's just a couple of tiny little lines there.
So we just need to blend. Where are we now? Shall I come around this side?
Yeah, go around the other side.
And have a little look at
and just see if we need to put a little bit more on. Because, of course, this is what you can do, is just add a tiny little bit more.
Just around here?
Yeah, just there.
Let's just grab... Oh, here it is. I've got it here.
OK. Oh.
And just here, where you see here,
there.
where you want to actually firm that piece up, you literally just, wherever you want to firm it, you do that.
Right.
And just hold it in place just for a few... It's literally seconds. I mean, I'm not talking about minutes dry time. It's seconds. And then when you release it, it's completely lifted. I mean, look at the difference there. Look at the difference. Thank you for holding so still. You are a wonderful model. The difference is, look at the eye on the left. I know, I hate to say this when we've got a beautiful model here, but the eye is crepey. And when you get loose skin, it's ageing. Absolutely. Oh, it is. You know, I mean, the thing is, we're all hurtling towards looser skin. But with this, what you've got is this wonderful that you can walk into that party and everyone's like, she looks incredible. And, when you get the crepiness, look at the before and after. Look at the difference. There is no camera trickery here. We've done this completely live in the studio for $29.99.